What's going on, you guys? Thank you for clicking on this video. If you're new to the channel, my name is Kirk, and today we are talking about my new Temple of Doom fedora made by Thomas at Advintage. All right, you guys, so here is the unboxing footage of this hat that was taken a little over a week ago, actually at my parents' house, hence the change of scenery. The folder you're seeing, that's for general care instructions for this hat, as well as a certificate of authenticity from Thomas at Advintage. You can see a lot of care goes into the shipping of these hats to make sure they arrive in one piece and everything's all good. When I take the hat out, my first impression was how amazing this felt is. It's extremely soft, and this particular hat is the beaver felt in a medium stiffness. So not too stiff, but not too floppy either. And it's just the regular sable color. This is the next morning in a little bit different light, so you can see how it reacts. I'll talk a little bit about this liner later, but I've had about a week with this hat, and I'm already in love with it. It has rarely come off my head since it's arrived. So here is the hat in all of its glory, a little over a week after I unboxed it. And like I said in the voiceover, the felt quality is amazing. That was the first thing I noticed with this hat. It's a very finely pounced hat, I think is what they call it. It's very smooth. In the ordering process, Thomas, or Tomas, brother, I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, he asked you, a lot of questions about making this hat perfect for you. And one of them is what, level of stiffness you want. And I just went with kind of a medium stiffness, so it's still got some flop to it, but maintains its shape. I ordered just the regular sable color. Thomas offers a whole range of colors, from, like a dark chocolate all the way to a light sable. And when you're watching the movies, depending on, the quality of the VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, 4K, whatever you're watching it on, and the lighting, the hats can change. So the biggest thing, there isn't one that's, necessarily more accurate than the other. It's whatever you see when you watch the movies. That's what you should order. That's a common question I get is, what color should I order? It's whatever you see and whatever you feel when you wear it. But in my opinion, this one reacts very accurately to various lightings, and it's just the regular sable. So if you want one that looks like this, just the regular sable is the way to go. Now, the liner. This is one of my favorite parts of this fedora. So when it came to the liner of this hat, I knew I wanted to do something special, something a little bit different from your standard white satin liner that a lot of indie hats have. And one of my personal Indiana Jones cosplay heroes, Joey, from Joey's Tour of Props and Artifacts, in his Advintage Temple of Doom hat, he put in a red satin liner to kind of emulate the fire and lava tubes and all that. And I thought that was such a cool and personal touch that I initially opted for the old gold liner that Thomas offers, because I feel like a treasure hunting hero looking for his fortune and glory, that color would kind of emulate that. But then I saw a fellow YouTuber and indie gear aficionado, Daniel, put in an old school kind of world map liner in his hat. And I thought that that was so perfect for an Indiana Jones hat that I messaged Thomas and I asked if it was too late to switch out my hat's liner. And he was super happy to get that switched for me, which I really feel like just kicks this hat up a notch. And then just to kind of make it a little bit more personal, he engraved my last name into this hat, which is so cool. As for the shaping of this Temple of Doom fedora, I went more with a minecart studio style as opposed to the bridge scene, and that's only because I already have a really great bridge scene style hat made by Roberto over at Steel & Jones. So for this one, I wanted to mix it up a little bit and go more for that studio minecart style with a little bit of a taper based off of this picture right here. And I think Thomas did an absolutely phenomenal job. He knocked it out of the park with the shaping of this hat. His attention to detail is awesome. And even though this is based off of the minecart scene, I feel like it would really work for really any scene from Temple of Doom, whether it's the minecart, the village, the bridge, any of those would work. And like Joey mentions in his video, the Temple of Doom hat isn't quite as iconic as the Raiders hat. So that in addition to being a great Indiana Jones hat, this looks like a nice classic 1930s hat that you could really wear out on the town if you wanted to. To wrap up this video, I just want to say a huge thank you to Thomas at Advintage for making such a wonderful hat. And if you're in the market for a hat or an Indiana Jones hat, there's so many great vendors out there, but definitely check out Thomas at Advintage. He has his factory-made hats as well as his customs, like this one. So definitely give them a look and check them out if you're interested. And now I will throw on the rest of my costume and show you what the hat looks like with the rest of the gear. And until next time, fortune and glory, thanks for watching. Shadow, light, shadow, lighter.